Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from the Modern King titled, "She thought that divorce would make her rich, but she loses everything instead." So let's take a look at some of these clips from some insufferable women. This first one is telling us a list of all of the things that she doesn't do for her husband. Just listen to how much of a pain in the ass this woman actually is. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump into it.
A list of things that I don't do for my husband. I don't do his laundry. He can do that himself. I do my laundry and we do the kids' laundry, but he does his own. I don't cook dinner. He cooks dinner every single night. I do breakfast and lunch for us and our kids. I don't pack him a lunch. If he's hungry, he'll figure out what he's going to eat for lunch the same way that I do. I don't make his doctor's appointments because guess what? He's not making mine. I don't schedule his haircuts. I don't pack his clothes for vacation. All of those are things that he's a grown man and he can do himself. It is not my job as a wife. It is not in my job description to do all the domestic labor as small acts of kindness to my partner and receive nothing in return.
She equates everything to labor when it's just like, sometimes you do things that involve labor for somebody because you love them. It doesn't mean you have to take on every single domestic duty that takes place. Just very strange.
Your ex-husband took.
I'm convinced, guys, at this point, that many of these women don't actually love their husbands at all. I couldn't imagine living with a woman like this who's like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. Okay, get the hell out then. Right? And I guarantee you, okay, if the man slacked on his masculine duties, right? If he wasn't working, if he wasn't fixing the car, if he wasn't removing the spiders from the bathroom, if he wasn't the protector, she wouldn't, she certainly wouldn't tolerate that, would be my guess, okay? Any of these women who create lists of things that they do not do for men are not worth marrying in the first place.
Your ex-husband took half your stuff? Goat. Legend. I want to shake his hand. Where is this man? I want to shake his hand. Why'd you get divorced?
I couldn't get a job.
Oh, this guy ass, dude. He's just sitting at home with the kid playing video games. What if I could, babe? How much you make a year? Or how much did you make a year? Quality rules.
Just by the way, the reason why this is so funny and everybody's getting a laugh out of it is because there's a lot of truth behind the joke, okay? And the truth is that men are typically the ones getting screwed over. Men are the ones who are being stolen from. They are the ones who have their wives leave them. Usually the wives are the ones with no job, by the way, and they're leaving simply because they're bored, okay? And it's funny, I really want to point this out as well, guys, is like oftentimes when a man is highly successful, he will not kick out a woman. He will not divorce a woman because she has no job. A lot of guys are content to provide for their woman as long as she's not cheating or an awful person. But you switch it the other way around, guys. This dude, he doesn't have a job. Oh, she'll divorce his ass for sure, because women do not provide for men on a long-term basis. Okay, you might get once in a blue moon, okay? But women in general, they don't provide for men.
Guys, I've developed a new ick at work. It is grown men yawning. Hold it in. It drives me insane. It has happened an ungodly amount of times this week, and it's Tuesday, and I don't understand how they don't know how to just not yawn.
So the coffee date wasn't enough.
I'm just going to pause on this guy's list that he just made, by the way, okay? Because, again, this seems like a bit of a skit, but women make these sorts of things all of the time, okay? So let's check out the other things that apparently men are not allowed to do because it gives women the ick, okay? Let's have a look through these. Don't smile or be happy. Don't be truthful. Don't tie your shoes. Don't walk downhill. Don't be born on a certain something or listen to country music. Don't have a birthday. Don't get cold. Don't fall over. Don't have a bath. Don't have a hobby. Don't carry a bag. And women actually make videos about this, guys. Like, oh, a man gives me the ick because he did this. It's completely ridiculous. This is why men don't want to date you. Look, he even titled this thing, right, this notepad document in his phone as Daily Ick Videos. Insane.
So the coffee date wasn't enough. Now y'all trying to take women on walking dates?
Okay, and what's wrong with those?
Like, at this point, I'm just convinced that some men do not like women. They don't want to put forth no effort.
I don't think this woman walks or even knows what effort is herself, but carry on.
Why? Because they don't want to spend a lot of money on a first date when the entire purpose of that first date is to get to know the person and actually find out if one wants to continue in a relationship?
First was the coffee date. Now y'all don't even want to spend $4. You want to take the girl walking.
And what exactly is one expecting on a first date? A 5-star dinner?
I wouldn't even advise a teenager to accept a walking date. He better take you to the movies or something.
Well, there's nothing wrong with going to the movies. However, I will say that it's probably not the best way to get to know the person that you're on a date with, especially since you're going to probably be sitting in relative silence for a couple of hours. But trying to say that a guy doesn't like a woman because he actually wants to take her on a coffee date or a walking date is absolutely ludicrous. How much a guy likes a woman is not dependent on how much he spends on her.
I've seen a lot of complaints from women lately, guys, about how, oh, men are only taking them out on coffee dates, okay? They don't want to spend a lot of money. So the reason why men do this, by the way, is to weed out people exactly like this. Men do coffee dates, they do walk dates, specifically to weed out the women who are only there for his resources and not actually to get to know him as a person. And wouldn't you know it, guys, it works very damn well.
Did you hear what Tom Brady did to his ex-wife? Allegedly, when his wife filed for divorce, she demanded half of his property. Only the court told her that her millionaire husband owned nothing. Apparently, all of his property is registered under his mother's name. Because he transferred his assets to his mother, he technically owns nothing, which means he doesn't owe her anything. Now, instead of transferring the assets to another person, he could have set up a trust and appointed himself as the beneficiary. That way, it's a separate legal entity, just like a person, but it's way more secure, which means his assets are not only protected from divorce, but also legal claims and creditors. So what do you think? Is this bad or totally brilliant?
So let me get this straight. Tom Brady decided to protect his assets in divorce court. I guarantee you this would have pissed a lot of women off, especially the woman trying to take his resources. And I just love, guys, how women in general, especially on social media, they treat it like they are the ones being scammed because they can't steal the man's resources. Here's an idea for you, madam. Why don't you go out there and you get a job yourself rather than trying to steal from men? I don't think these women deserve a damn penny. I don't care if she's been there for 1 decade. I don't care if she's been there for 2. I don't care if she's been there for only a year. They should get nothing. They should be required to work. They should be required to go out there and get their barista job and make their money themselves. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.